question is, can you give me an example of what's the closest? In your opinion,
just talked about some in the pre-show.
Go ahead, Jay Diff.
AT-Aliens.
Perfect album. Flawless.
In my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, there may be a couple verses on there that I could have did without, but overall, that mug is flawless.
Change someone's mind, man. You got to sell it to me if you're going to tell me why it's flawless. Well, you don't have to sell me. I'm talking about just the people.
Is it a perfect? Is it really a perfect album if you could change some things on it?
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
All right, well, all right. Songs in the Key of Life.
Well,
I mean,
I don't know if I can argue with that one. I'm biased. I love Stevie, so take me out of the equation. I'm biased. I will openly say I'm biased to Stevie. That's a good suggestion.
What about hip hop though? I feel like that's hard.
Okay.
I feel like
back to hip hop.
That's like a harder.
I was about to give you a jazz album, but never mind.
I mean, I would do In Rainbows by Radiohead. I think that's a
perfect album.
Yeah.
All right, but back to hip hop though. Give me a hip hop album, Lone, that you think.
I don't know.
You don't think?
No.
Doggy Style is perfect.
I can't comment on it. I don't remember. I don't remember the track list.
Doggy Style is amazing.
Yeah, you know what?
There's a lot of tracks on Doggy Style too.
Not really.
What's the track list? I can't remember. I got to look it up because
I remember the first time I heard Doggy Style, and I'm like, it's the first album where like I just listened to the whole thing front to back, and then had to listen to the whole thing front to back again.
19 tracks.
That's a lot
for a perfect album.
A lot of that's interludes.
Yeah.
Oh, Good Kid, Mad City.
Perfect album.
That was the first probably album since Doggy Style, where I was just like, I didn't turn it. I didn't think. Oh, let me reach over. I'm not feeling this.
I agree with you.
Shout out to my man Jesse too, because we talked about this. It was kind of like a supportive suggestion. He gonna hate that Kendrick comment too. That's why I'm laughing.
You know, this could be debated, but I think Below the Heavens is up there.
I can dig that.
I really love Below the Heavens
because that has no skips on it for me.
It doesn't. The thing is, it's a topic that we're going to talk about as it relates to Ghostface and Iron Man, but one of the reporters said that Iron Man could potentially be the best album of the 21st century in hip hop.
I'm not going.
No.
And that's what kind of got me thinking about this.
Well, yeah, because Iron Man
Clientele is better than,
and plus Iron Man is in the 20th century.
Well, that's what the writer said. So
Supreme Clientele is better than
so I'm like
Iron Man.
Yeah, that's.
I don't want to miss.
We already throw that out.
Hold on. Let me make sure, Jay Moore, because I do not want to. I don't want to. Yeah, he said 21st century.
Yeah, he's just wrong. He's off by 3 years.
Yeah,
I see where he was going.
Supreme Clientele.
Supreme Clientele.
Where's his editor?
What about Food and Liquor? How close is that?
Oh man,
that's pretty close.
That's a good suggestion.
Cool.
Or Cool maybe even.
Nah, Food and Liquor's better than Cool.
Food and Liquor before the I might be confusing because like I had a bootleg of Food and Liquor.
I did
it's
too.
A little bit different.
Food and Liquor to me is better than the Cool, in my personal opinion.
I think I agree with that because when at the time like I liked almost everything.
Here's one, and people, and here's two because people might say, oh well, they were too short, whatever. B by Common.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, not a
skip on there.
There we go.
I wouldn't change one.
The food.
Yeah,
the food is a skip for you. The live version?
I would have rather had them go ahead and put the studio version. There is a studio version.
I like the live version though.
I like it too.
Yeah, but
I wanted it to bang in the car.
No, it doesn't bang.
Is that enough for a flaw?
Yeah.
To you, it is.
Somebody made a conscious decision to go ahead and put the live version on.
That album is
the Fix by Scarface is flawless to me.
I like that one. I don't know if I agree, but I like that one. I'm not mad at that one.
I'm still more of a Diary guy, even though I love the Fix.
That's a good one. That is good. No, man. I see where you're going with the food, but
look, I know this for some people. I would give Illmatic. There's no, even though it's only 39 minutes long, there's no skips on Illmatic.
Nate Jeezy gonna hate that because he hates on Illmatic. We argue repeatedly over this.
Like Water for Chocolate is probably my favorite hip hop album as a whole, but I don't think it's a flawless album.
We heard that at the same time. I remember.
It's just
like I love that album, but like
there's areas where I skip.
Like
they're minimal though.
A film called Pimp. I was like,
that's the one.
Yeah, they're minimal.
That's the one I could have done without.
Yeah,
and I was excited. I was like, oh, MC Light's on here, and I was like, I heard, and I was like,
let me jump into the chat real quick because I think I'm seeing some albums start to pop up. So we got
the Fix, Death
Oh yeah, The Chronic.
Yeah.
Low End Theory.
Yeah.
All the ones we named. Jeezy said AT Aliens, Equimini, Supreme Clientele, Doggy Style, Midnight Marauders. The Blueprint minus 𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗱 Brother Tonight. I actually like that. This one not as much as the other one. The Hack said Iron Man. B is a classic, The Flood. Okay. Yep. Blueprint, Jay-Z.
Only Built for Cuban Links. As good as it is.
See, I listened to Only Built for Cuban Links last week, and it's a good album. So I listened to Immobility first because we were talking about Immobility. Yeah. So I listened to Immobility. Yeah. And I was like, okay, now let me listen to Only Built for Cuban Links. Only Built for Cuban Links is a solid album, but
solid?
Yeah, solid. Is that?
You wanted more? He wants more.
What is solid?
He wants more than
solid. Solid to me makes it sound like it's good.
No, but solid means solid as a rock. There's a song called Solid as a Rock.
I took that wrong. All right, I got you.
Solid. It ain't nothing soft about it.
I feel you. Okay.
But it's one of those albums that, to me, with time, sometimes certain things sound a little different. Yeah. And with me listening to it in 2021, it didn't quite sound as alluring as it did to me when I was younger. And it's still a good album, don't get me wrong. But if I'm picking out of the Wu-Tang albums or the members albums, Supreme Clientele is probably the number one
top
Wu album.
I have a friend of mine, shout DJ 2 Deep. He actually went through and re-edited Only Built for Cuban Links and took the skits out so he could just get right to the music.
Oh, for real?
He actually did a really good job.
You know what also probably doesn't have is 36 chambers. Does that have any skips?
No, not to me.
I don't think it does.
I don't think it does, but I still don't. I would. With that being said, I still would not put it on the level of Supreme.
The imperfections.
No, I don't think so.
The imperfections are what makes that album.
Hold on, let me see.
The fact that it barely sounds like it's mixed in certain parts compared to
I think I saw Death Certificate in there.
Yeah.
So people are saying solid sounds average. See, I'm not meaning average when I say solid. Maybe I need to word it a little different.
See, because you see my initial reaction.
It's not an average album. Like generally, if I say an album's solid, that means I really mess with it. If I say, it was cool,
that's where I'm
kind of like.
When we say something was cool, it'd be like,
yeah. But what about? So if you say, to me, there's a difference between, okay, the album is solid, versus, man, that album is crazy. Like you hear how that sounds, it's like, man, that album is crazy. Versus it's solid.
The Adventures of Slick Rick, Smooth Hoosier, and Brother to the Night. I really like the art of storytelling. And now,
come on, man, you already know.
And I know that for regular people that has skips on it, but I play that front to back, except for maybe the live joints at the end of it.
Yeah.
Now, the Adventures of Slick Rick was a class. You know what?
It Takes a Nation.
That mug was. Yeah, we don't really mention that album.
Yeah,
that mug was really good.
What about
Death Certificate? I'm looking at. I'm sorry. Yeah, there's nothing on there where I'm like, nah, I could have done without this.
Death Certificate?
Yeah, Death Certificate.
You think that's a solid one? Solid suggestion?
And even as much as I love, and I've always talked about my love for Chuck D and Public Enemy, but I could do without Party for Your Right to Fight.
Okay.
It's not that. It's literally. I think that's the last song on the album. I was like, I didn't.
What about?
I knew what they were doing, but I was like, nah.
𝗏𝗏𝗀 has like a couple tracks in like the early teens that I could do without. Otherwise, it's there. Maybe it's just one.
What about Pete Rock and CL Smooth first album? That's a good album.
See, I don't know it.
It's a good album, but that was actually the first CD I
I remember you saying that. Yeah.
But it's a really good album.
It might not be perfect.
I don't know if it's perfect. I'm one of those guys. I like the Main Ingredient better than Mecca and the Soul Brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
what about
love the Main Ingredient?
What about Black Star? I skipped some.
Yeah. What about Reflection Eternal?
Nah, definitely.
I love that album. I'm sorry, I love
that. It's not
album.
as good as Black Star
too.
I love that album. It ain't perfect though. Yeah, it ain't perfect. This is a good question because we all know music and sports and anything is subjective, but there are some albums that just stick out. The ones that everybody's naming.
To me, there's no skip song.
Graduation.
Yep.
Drunken Hot Girls.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Got him. Yep. My Dark Twisted Fantasy will be my nomination.
The Monkey Wrench.
That would be my nomination if I was going to pick a Kanye album. I know Lone hates it thoroughly, But
I'm gonna need you to come back and restate yourself.
Oh, sorry. My Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye would be my suggestion. Lone thinks it's okay. Is that better?
No, you can
We
do
just
better.
talked about how it has not aged as well.
It
as
is not
other
aged well. Is that the correct thing
Not
to say?
aged as well as where I thought it.
Y'all are out of y'all minds on that, man. Like that.
When's
that
the last
takes
time
to
you
about
listened to it front to back?
today coming over here.
Quit lying.
No,
Yeah, that sounds like some.
Yeah.
Yeah, that,
yeah. That album is fire though. Man.
Corey T said that Things Fall Apart is perfect. I would almost agree with you, and I love that album. But there's like one or two songs on there that I'm kind of cool.
Corey, that's close though. That's close. That's a really good suggestion.
It is though.
I slept on that one. Red August, I know you off the mic.
That's one of my favorite albums from The Roots. Things Fall Apart.
Red August, I know you off the mic. Just throw me one real quick before we go to the next topic.
Bandana's up there, but I would also say
Quiminai. Red August says a Quiminai.
Where's the set? I think "Care for Me" by Saba.
Oh,
is I don't really think
that's close.
I don't think
that's a good album.
I don't think that needs any changes in it.
Yeah, I can dig that.
That's a curveball for me. That album is fire though.
I really like, and I know it's not people's favorites from him, but I really like "Pieces of a Man" by Mick Jenkins too.
Don't say that, Red August, because Nate Jeezy gonna throw a bomb in the chat. He said "Miseducation" Lauryn Hill. That is a look at Jay Moore, be careful, man. That album is almost
Brother to the Night with No Worries. That is you are correct, sir.
No worries.
And since we talking about Anderson .Paak, I gotta throw Malibu in there
as a nominee.
Yes.
If we stepping outside of the genre, at least for me, like I'll just say any Heartbreak, I can listen to that.
Oh yeah,
today front to back.
That age.
You talking about when you talk about New Edition, album that was slept on is Home Again.
Yes, I agree.
That album, if you go back and listen to that album, is really good.
And they were discombobulated like a mug when that album came out.
Still, when you listen to Heartbreak, the fact that it's a concept album.
Yeah.
And how many singles on that record? Like five or six?
Technically, but like when New Edition had their run as separate, like MCA quietly put Boys to Men out as a single.
Oh, okay.
So there are six singles, and
they performed joints off that album.
They could do if they did that if they just did that album front to back.
Yeah,
I would feel like I saw a great show.
Yeah. I heard they might get a residency in.
Oh no, it's already. Yeah,
it's confirmed. Okay.
Yeah.
If you've enjoyed this segment of the New Old Heads podcast, make sure you join our live show every Tuesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/newoldheads. You can also catch playback of all of our shows on any podcast app and youtube.com/newoldheadsnetwork. And go to newoldheads.com/community to join our Discord.